This is Dave, and today we're going to make an Indonesian food called sambal belacan. Sambal means sort of a paste or a spice for seasoning, and a belacan is this stuff. It's a shrimp paste. In Malaysia and Indonesia we call it belacan. In Thai cooking we call it shrimp paste. Now what you're going to need are some dried red chilies. You're going to need about 7 or 8 cloves of garlic, a couple pieces of shallot, a slice of the shrimp paste. This is a product called tamarind. It's made from a seed. It's a paste from a seed. Gula Jawa. This we call it in Indonesia gula Jawa. In Malaysia they call it gula Melaka. It means sugar from Java, or it's just palm sugar basically. And dried shrimp. And because we're going to Americanize this a little bit, you're going to need a little bit of a dry beer. I suggest a Pilsner if you can get it. Finally, for the last part, you're going to need oil and shrimp sauce. So, fish sauce, Thai fish sauce. I want to explain what we're going to do with these things, and then I'm going to do that, and we'll put it together. Okay, with the chili, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break the chili apart and take the seeds out. You can leave the seeds in if you really live dangerously and you want to pay the next day. But what I'll do is I'll take the seeds out, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to soak these in a little bit of water to soften them up. So usually what I do for good Indonesian cooking, we want to use, there's a larger dried chili than this, a larger chili, but this is all I've got today. If you can get the larger chilies, it's a good idea because it has more taste, more flavor. So what I want is about 6 or 7 chilies. I'm cutting them in half and I'm rolling them to take the seeds out. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put them in a little water to soften them up. They should soften up in about 5 or 10 minutes. Okay. Now I'll finish this in a minute, but what I wanted to show you then, what I'm going to do is before I start pounding this, now all of these are going to be mixed in a traditional, this is a granite grinder. If you can get a granite one, that's better. I know friends have tried this in a food processor and there's no way that it tastes the same. You've got to grind this, so this is something you'll need. And basically this recipe makes 1 grinder's worth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to soften these, then I'm going to grind, I'm going to pound this together with the garlic and the shallots. Before I put these in the grinder though, I'm going to roast them. Now the best is if you can put them on a skewer and put them on your grill, and so that you can blacken them, caramelize them a bit, but I don't have that. I've just got a pan, so I'm going to dry roast them on a pan, and you'll see that in a minute. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pound the damp chili with the garlic, the shallots, the shrimp, and the shrimp paste. That's going to be my first part. Then I'm going to fry this, and I'm going to add these finishing seasonings. Okay. Now a few words about products here. One, the chilies. We want to make sure that they've got no seeds in them. We want to make sure that they're a little damp. Okay. These you'll see in a minute. I'm going to blacken them on the stove, so we want to caramelize these. Now when it comes to buying the dried shrimp, the general rule is the drier the shrimp you can find, the better. A lot of the shrimp that's sold in the store, like this one, is a little damp because it's sold by weight. So they add salt to season it, and that can throw your recipe off. Now a lot of the Indonesians will tell you to start the recipe with salt and chili only, but I prefer not to do that because this oftentimes has too much salt. So in the end of the cooking session, it's the fish sauce that's going to give us our saltiness, the tamarind, which is going to give us our tanginess, and the palm sugar, which is going to give us our sweetness. So we're going to balance it out with these 3 in the end, but in the beginning we're going to pound and grind all this together. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to finish my chili, I'm going to caramelize this, and then I'll come to part 2 of the video.